Content warning: poison, authority corruption, and negligence, casual references to drugs. The following episodes will be played using Night Rain by Sinister Beard Games, as we finish our odd triathlon with the Heist. Thanks to all our supporters that have made this exploration of multiple systems possible, especially Erika Chappelle and Paslet. I hope you enjoyed this series as much as we enjoyed our little break. We return to Irasaka, where, behind the shadows of the bustling town, the Scorpion clan prepares for a desperate plan to seize control of the vast reserves of opium in Irasaka and discreetly turn them into an asset to appease the dwindling fortunes of the Scorpion clan. We meet in the ruins of the Clouds Over Irasaka Brewery, where there is a small work camp where the space is being cleared and where Shoshuro Kiyoshi presides over his team. He adjusts his mask, half sun, half moon, presiding over the team that he has assembled for this most important of jobs. Who does he see as his eyes wander across the room?
He sees a scorpion, shaved head, very plainly dressed. His mask covering the bottom half of his face is so ornate as to be called gaudy. Bright colors, an intricate design to look like a big, dumb smile, the kind of thing that sticks in your head. Shosuro Sutomu.
Yogo Kaio is a very short, about 3-4 feet tall, balding, middle-aged man with a very simple mask, just over the eyes, covering both, not lower than the nose, not really much higher than the eyebrows, coming in at like 2 sharp points to either end of the face, and angling up above the nose in a simple and elegant design.
Shojuro Seiichi is a very sort of athletic-looking kind of person, very thin but very densely packed muscle. And they wear a mask over the top section of their face. Their mouth is the only thing that's visible, and it is just kind of kabuki paint.
Shosuro Eri is a short woman with her hair in a long braid. She has a wide smile and understated clothes, and that matches her mask. It's just a plain sort of cloth mask that goes over the eyes, in a very boring brown fabric.
Kiyoshi looks around. I have to leave Hirosaka, as I've been recalled by our clan champion to prepare for the events of summer. So it is up to you to implement the planning. As you all know, currently a vast amount of opium is being held in one of the silos of the granary. We don't know which one, but we know that this is temporary. We know that the Emerald Magistrate and his staff had arranged for it to be moved to another location before it's eventually loaded away from Hirosaka. This puts us on a timetable. So we need to either take it out on the granary and we need to intercept it. The most important thing, other than making sure that this plotting is not tied to our clan, is to make sure that Tamiko and their agents don't get eve of that, otherwise they might want to seize the opium for themselves. There's also a much bigger stash that is in Split Rock Village. That would be an extraordinary achievement if the Scorpion were able to secure it. However, we have not found any weaknesses on its defenses, other than just going there with brute force and claiming it. So if you are able to make progress in that venue, it would be best for the clan. Any questions before I depart?
Seiichi just shakes their head.
How compliant is local law enforcement with our operation?
I think they are willing to look the other way around, at least the Emerald office, as long as we are discreet enough. But the Imperial that commands the local fighter gangs and the small Sepun force, they are completely out of reach. And if you are caught by her, you're on your own. I'm afraid that there is no favors that our allies among the clans can pull.
Retrieve the shipment, deliver it back home. Do we have a point of egress waiting, or will we have to arrange that ourselves, Shosuro-sama?
That will be up to you. So after you find out exactly how the opium is and when it will be moved, you need to find a point of egress, probably get some contacts among the pirates or smugglers, and then go from there. So we can start with our first set. So this is going to be the set of the granary. You're going to have to approach the granary and make your way past the guards. That's going to be the first set. The second set will be to find out where the stuff is on the granary, and the third one is to either plan the heist on the granary or find out when and where it's going to be transported. So that will be the 3 sets for this job. So what equipment are you bringing for this?
From my previous time undercover as a guard, I have quite a wide wardrobe available to me of many different outfits. I'm sure if I have a little bit of time with the local security forces, I'll be able to ensure that my outfits are up to date and able to give us perhaps an in that would be unavailable other ways.
All right. So you are bringing your guard uniform. That's your single equipment that you're bringing.
That's correct.
Okay. What about the rest?
Seems simple enough. Got nothing from me.
Well, preparing for the role of a lifetime isn't easy, but I think bringing my lockpick set in case, locks are everywhere, my false identity supplies, some papers, some easy disguises, and of course my shinobi katana in case I need to cut things short will be sufficient.
I'm going to be bringing with me my fireman's jacket, which I will be concealing a tanto and some smoke bombs in. I have some false documents on me, and I also have some lockpicks, just in case.
I reckon we can handle that. Will we have the chance to swap up equipment between sets, or is it just all continuous? If I don't bring it now, I can't bring it later.
It's between incursions. So you have to want to be making the 3 sets with your equipment. Remember that you're going to have to pay out suspicion at the end of the mission, depending on the equipment that you brought. So
then I think Eri's going to bring, she's got a dagger. She has some knockout powder, a little bit of rope, and a rudimentary first aid kit. She's also got a bunch of tarps and stuff, but I feel that would be better for moving product. So
you're going to probably need to get more shadow during the incursion if you need to do that, or risk getting the attention of the people of Hirosaka.
Mm-hmm. So what do you recommend leaving behind? Okay, then we'll just bring the first aid kit, the powder, and the dagger.
So you approach the granary. It's on the commoner's quarters, a region that was completely devastated by the deluge that has been totally rebuilt. There is even where there used to be a dirty open market. There is this big complex of community center that has a small red wall separating it from the squalor of the rest of the quarter. And the houses, they are kind of rushed as the accommodation goes, but they are still comfortable and, more important, dry. And the granaries, they actually look the worst for the wear because they have not been really repaired in the meantime. So the silos loom over the newly built commoners' quarter like they stand out, and some of it seems ready to crumble. And allegedly because of the danger that the building constitutes to the people going around with their lives, the risk of fire, and to prevent theft, it is the most well-guarded place in Hirosaka. And you can see bands of firefighters always lounging around the place, going in and out of the granary, pushing people that get way too close to comfort. It is, again, it's the true heart of Hirosaka, the tie to the old town, now that the keep of the Moth has been destroyed. And your prize, if all the intelligence is correct, is within. So first and foremost, you're going to need to enter without drawing too much attention for the firefighters. So who wants to try their hand at the stealth draw? So describe how you are infiltrating the environment through stealth. Okay, so what skill are you using for that?
I've got some decent stealths. Which skill are we looking at?
I think hide is probably more appropriate.
I think the idea would be Eri would just try to blend in with, and enough of the people who are walking by, like the crowds that are getting like pushed away, and then try to find like a way to just like slip past, and maybe like find some things to hide behind, and then get to the granary itself, like get past that wall of firemen and guards.
Let's check our cards. So draw 2 cards from the royal deck. Put them in the table on the spaces here. Okay, you have 19 on the table. Now, so let's start. You can mark one equipment or your hide skill to discard one of these 2 cards, and you can keep drawing cards until you get 21, or you go past 21, or you draw 5 cards, or you are satisfied with results.
Okay, and ideally you want 20, right?
Ideally you want 21.
Charlie, you should totally draw a card.
19 is almost the best you can do.
Okay, so 19 isn't as good.
No.
Just draw another one.
Yes.
Yeah, like I feel like 19 is pretty great, and I'm happy with that. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So you get 1 shadow, and I get to describe the opposition, and you have to get to describe how do you evade them easily. So there is a group of firefighters that you recognize. They tend to be of one of the most unruly northern bands that they usually sell their service to the Scorpion clan during summer. And a lot of them, they seem to be guarding the northern entrance. And you manage to circumvent them easily by doing what?
So I think that if they do a lot of business with the Scorpion and everything, and Eri's cover in Hirosaka is that she's a pharmacist. I think it would be pretty cool if actually no, because she's supposed to be hiding from them, not like tricking them. I think she just doesn't look super interesting. Like maybe they kind of recognize her, but they're not sure where they recognize her from. So, she must just be one of the gang. Like rather than, we buy painkillers from her. I think they're just like, oh yeah, this is somebody we work with, probably one of the newbies. So they don't really notice her or have an issue with her being there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that is good. So who is the next one that will try to get inside the granary?
Yogo Keo would like to take a look around and see if there are any established firefighter gangs or guards set up that he can start working with, seeing what the general operations going on are, and any possible approaches or adjustments he needs to make to his outfit before he gets any further.
Okay, what skill are you using?
I would personally like to use the security skill under stealth.
Okay, so let's start with 2 cards. 15. So, do you ask for more cards, or do you mark a piece of equipment or a skill?
So, if I understand this right, can I mark off one of my 3 security?
Yes, and you can discard the card.
Okay. I will go ahead and mark off one of my 3 security and discard the 10.
Oh, the 10. Okay.
And then I would like another card, please, sir.
9.
I would like another card, please, sir.
Okay, 13.
I would like another card, please, sir.
17.
I need to check the rules real quick. 17 is exactly one below what I would like.
You can discard the 4 and ask for another one.
I could do that.
Okay, what do you mark?
I'm not going to mark anything. I'm just going to take a 17.
Yeah, because you will have to mark the equipment now.
Yeah.
Okay, you take a 17. So you approach one of the firefighting gangs and you start trying to shock and awe them with basically a security inspection. But you can see that you are bothering them. They are getting their feathers ruffled. And they seem to be wondering, what the hell is this guy that is coming here and telling us what to do? We have not been informed by the Sepun. This freaking samurai throwing their weight around. And you are upsetting them. So you're going to have to face light opposition. So you get the shadow token, and you're going to be facing 1 of opposition. So you get the chance, because you have more shadow than flame, you get to avoid violence. So do you try to overcome this opposition without open violence, or do you try to force your way through?
Let's try to avoid open violence. I feel like jumping to murder 5 seconds into the heist is probably not the best look on Scorpion training. And of course, we all here want to make sure the Scorpion look good. I think, so I'll take the Guile approach, and I would like to use a distract. I would like to find a nearby display that has been set up to kind of like celebrate Hirosaka culture and artistry, and I would like to, as the guards are starting to like get suspicious, I would like to approach it and say, allow me to critique your collection here. And as I go through each of the items, I would like to remark, bullshit, derivative. Now this I love.
Okay. What could go wrong?
I'm yelling bullshit about some of their art, and that could be highly offensive. I'm also walking around critiquing art after I was opening security, so that I could probably be called out for being a fake security officer. Okay.
I'm going to say this is risky. Are you okay with this?
This feels pretty risky to me, yes.
Yes, okay. So I'm going to draw 2 cards, and one is going to be revealed. So now, because we are on a Guile, you're going to draw 2 cards, and you are using, what was the skill again?
I'm using Distract as I turn the attention to this local art collection.
Yeah, so you are using Distract, so you get 15. Do you want to mark a piece of equipment or distract?
This is where if you also beat me, I also fail, right? Mm-hmm. With your draw, the revealed 9 and your face down card.
Yeah, exactly. I have a 9 on my face down card.
I will go ahead and I will mark 1 distract to discard the 5.
Okay, you have 20.
I would like to stop right there, sir.
20 against 19.
Ooh, boy.
Okay, so You succeed, but with a fictional complication, cost, or choice.
I hate to be the bearer of that news, but Brad just pointed out that Evan did accidentally pull from the sister's deck.
I have not clicked any of the cards. Ludo pulled from the sister's deck for me.
Ludo.
Aha. Well, it's still a 20. Okay, I'm going to say that you managed to distract them, and everyone gets a big argument about taste and whatnot. And even if you put them on their place and they start arguing more with each other to the point that they don't even find it weird as you start moving inside the granary and coming in and out during the argument, kind of everyone is paying attention to you, and you can see people coming out of the nearby shops and people looking from the windows of the community center, and you're pretty sure that people have seen you in the granary at this time. So
they would recognize my face, but unless they were specifically looking for it, they probably won't come up because I look like a card.
Yeah. Also, so far they have no questions to, be looking for you. But if something was to happen in the granary,
right,
you would be probably one of the prime suspects that they will be looking for.
Okay. I mean, I am, a fairly short, balding, middle-aged man, so I do stand out quite a bit.
Yeah. So, who is it to be the next one to come inside?
Sure, I'll go. So Tsutomu is going. How am I going to sneak in? Tsutomu is going to spend a minute looking like just a normal, useless, drunken samurai. And then when they're all distracted with whatever his compatriot was doing, he's going to just try to slip right in.
Okay, what skill are you using?
I'm going to capitalize on the distract. Like, worst case scenario, if I have to draw again, I'm just going to be like, what do you mean you think this art is genius?
Okay, so you also try to get yourself on the discussing. Okay, you have 20 on the table.
I'm good. I'll stay.
Okay, the obstacle here is everyone is paying attention to the argument going on. How do you get that everyone is paying attention to Kaio, but they miss you? What do you do so that nobody even paid attention that at some point you joined in and disappeared?
I hop into the argument and I weigh in a couple of times, slurring my words, just, I think that's a pretty good piece. But that one is kind of garbage. And as, the conversation starts to reach its peak, I then, to slip out entirely, go, you know what? This is stupid. I'm leaving. And stumble away, ensuring everyone thinks I'm just stumbling to find somewhere to pass out.
Okay, so we have 3 shadows. So we can move into the next set, or we can try to have yet another infiltration inside and try to get more shadow tokens.
I'm good. I think enough cool things have happened here that I'm sort of more of I'm the crowd control, I think, here. So this is all going smooth as butter, according to plan.
Okay. So we move inside, and as you manifest and regroup inside the granary, you need to navigate and find out where is the opium actually being stored, while avoiding patrols, avoiding the noise of the rise, and avoiding the threats of the very damaged and old building. So why don't you start, since you did not get the chance to shine during the infiltration step?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I just got an extremely distracting text message.
So you manage, the 4 of you regroup inside, and you need to navigate across the granary as you avoid the patrols, you avoid the rise, and you avoid the dangers of a crumbly building that is very unsafe for those that are not familiar with its state. So how are you going to go around? trying to find the opium.
But really not choose the best skill set for this one. If I am just trying to be kind of very like slow and sort of methodical, very careful in like trying, I guess, not to really interact much with my environment, but still trying to be very, I guess, analytical on everything. Could I make a case for doing this through stalk? Would that make sense?
What do you mean?
I may have misunderstood. I'm the thing here is that I'm trying to avoid like the dangers of the building being structurally unsound, and I'm also trying to find the opium, right? Okay. So like I guess is the opium probably concealed from open sight?
I mean, definitely. Otherwise, you will already have learned.
Okay. Then, yeah, I think, I'm just trying to I'm trying to, as well as I can for someone who probably doesn't have a ton of experience in it. At first, I'm going to try to pinpoint which elements of the building are probably the most unstable. And also see if I can notice anything that's like out of place or looks like it was recently, like something might recently have been stashed there. Like, anything like footprints, odd patterns in dust, like, scratches from things being moved around, anything like that, that looks more recent than the previous damage.
Okay. What skill are you using?
I was going to use stalk, but I don't really.
I guess it could do, especially if you want to apply that to also tracing the movements in and out and the age of the movements. And maybe people going with heavier loads because not a lot of rice has been moving in.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, yeah, I'm going to try to do that then.
Okay, you have a 5 at the table. You can use stalk or a piece of equipment to discard cards.
Am I also able to just ask for cards? Is that how that works?
Yeah, you can just ask for cards.
Yeah, hit me, please.
15 at the table.
I'll mark a point off stalk to discard the 3.
14 at the table.
Oh no, that's worse. I don't think I have. I'm gonna regret this. Can I have another card, please? Yep.
Yeah, and it immediately ends when you get over 21, so you cannot fix this.
No.
So you have a 23. So you get the worst possible outcome. So you go around trying to trace the movements to see what are the heaviest trails, and you figure out that these must be the people that have been moving things in and out. And your logic is sound, but the problem is there is also another thing that could make heavier trails, like say a large squadron of Sepun guards in full armor, and you turn around the round silo and you stumble right in front of them. So you have been spotted. You lose all your shadow tokens and you have a squadron of Sepun guards in front of you. You have more shadow than flame, so you can try to go for a guile approach, or you can try violence. Which gonna be?
I can't decide if I want to do dark magic or if I want to use guile. I don't think it's going to be violence.
Okay, so it's going to be guile. So magic, basically, you can use magic on any type of draw, in stealth, draw, or violence. You just have to say how you use your magic and then draw from the sister's deck.
Yeah, let me double check here.
So you can try to use your magic to lose them as you run across the granary.
I might. Yeah, I'm just going to use guile, I think. I don't think any of my magic effects are... Steel Self is actually pretty good. Yeah. I'm going to do that, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to use Steel Self Prayer, which is Absence, which I do have 3 of.
Okay, so...
This is from the sister's deck, I think.
So the thing is, just use the skill. So you are using your Devilry Prayer skill, right?
Yes.
And describe how it looks as you use this magic to elude them.
I think, honestly, I think that the way the way they would probably want it to manifest is just they literally just blink of an eye. There's no sound, there's no noise, there's nothing. It's just they blink and I'm just not there. I think the idea would hopefully be I want you to think that you just saw something, like a trick of a light or something like that.
Okay, so let's go through the guile. You have 11 on the table. If you use your magic, because you draw from the sister decks and all of the cards of the sister deck are open, are 10s, you're going to get a perfect hand.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that and just...
What is the card associated to the magic that you're using?
I am using Absence, which is associated with a blackjack.
Good. It's not a blackjack.
Excellent. Perfect. Love that. Love that for me.
Yeah.
21 will be fine. Thank you.
Okay. So you have a 21. So that means, let's see, success at no cost. And you remove one extra position. So you managed to lose most of the guards. And you still feel your magic fading away as one of the second guards is still looking for you. So also you get to recall and shuffle the royal deck because you got the perfect hand. So there is still one second guard very close to you as your magic effect fades away and you feel yourself manifesting back into reality. What you gonna do about him?
Is he away from the rest of the guards?
Yes.
Could I reappear behind him?
Yes.
I'm going to appear behind him and stab him through the throat and try and make sure that he is very quickly concealed. The body is concealed.
Okay. So that is going to be guile.
Okay.
No, it's still, we are still on the guile. But what is going to be the skill again?
I guess I can't use dagger in this, can I? That's not a guile skill. Is that how that works?
No, you can use dagger.
Okay, I'm gonna stab them.
Okay, and I'm gonna say this is risky.
I agree.
And I have an ace there. So you get 2 cards. You have 12 at the table.
I'll go ahead and hit.
Do you go with this 20? 19, sorry.
Yes. For the listening audience, I am very sweaty right now. Enjoy.
Let's see. Oh, great.
Oh my god. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Cool. All right. Yeah, I do that thing that I said.
Okay. However, there is a cost or with complication. I'm going to say that before the Sepun dies, but the clanging of the armor echoes through the granary, and you call the attention of the other Sepun to this place before you move on. So you manage to get rid of the Sepun and you disappear again, and the crew is again moving across the place. So who wants to go next as they hear the death cry of the Sepun guard and his armor hitting the walls? Who wants to try to continue the mission after this happens? As the heavy footsteps of the Sepun pass just over you.
Tsutomu changes his walk and his look very quickly through his disguise kit. Keeping the ridiculously fancy mask, all he does, he quickly changes it. He just adjusts himself so he looks much more like he belongs here, and pulls out some sort of identification. I'm going to try to use disguise to continue to sneak across this place.
So that is going to be a sneak, and with these guys' kit as an item. Do I get that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, you have 17 at the table.
I mean, I should follow my own good advice and not take a hit over. Well, I'm going to check the disguise kit to discard the 7 and draw something new.
Okay, you have an 18 now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stay.
Okay. So you face no opposition, and you get a shadow token. So, the reshuffle is only on stealth. Okay. So you are turning around, and you see members of the fire gang moving along, and they look at you a bit suspicious because they are not expecting your disguised identity here. But you are able to quickly dismiss them. How do you do that?
Well, the fireman gangs have a very firm idea of samurai. And so I play to that. I promptly start barking orders, waving my identification around. If any of them question why I'm here, I'm like, you don't know who I am? I am Shosuro, and I give some other terrible first name at Shosuro Kai, and I belong here. I am an inspector from somewhere. Here's my identification. Leave me alone.
Yeah. So in the middle of this confusion, and now that there is an inspector going around, and a bunch of the fire gang are running inside the granary, Kaio, how are you going to exploit this situation in the middle of this chaos?
Am I correct in my understanding that there is currently a large commotion going on surrounding one of my associates distracting the gods?
Yes.
And we have not located the... I'm just going to drop that. And we have not located where the opium is yet?
Correct.
Are there any... Listen, I had my siblings over for the last week for Christmas, and I was playing some Lego games. Are there any, small holes that only people of short stature can fit through? Because, that's a thing in Lego games. I don't know if that's a thing here. But if there is, I would like to investigate for any specific part that I can, if I can sneak away, if the attention is being drawn somewhere else, I would like to see if there are any, extra secure or hard to get to areas.
Ludo, you're muted.
What skill are you using?
I'm desperately looking through skills. I would like... Are we in Guile or are we in Stealth?
We are in Stealth.
Oh, we're in Stealth. Okay, I was looking for the Guile list. I would like to use Stalk.
Okay. We have 9 at the table.
Or I guess, I think... we have 9 at the table, yeah. For me, Stalk and Steal are both at 1. It doesn't matter a whole lot, I don't think, but I'll switch it to Steal.
I think... the value matters only for violence.
Okay.
So, yeah. So let's go with Steal.
Okay.
We have 9 at the table. Do you want to mark a piece of equipment or Steal?
Can I have you hit me and then mark a piece of equipment?
Yes. What piece of equipment do you mark?
Okay, then hit me first, and I won't worry about marking anything off now.
If it goes over, that'll be a problem.
Right, but can I use my skill or my equipment after I see the next card?
If it is not 21 or above.
And there's currently a 9 at the table?
Yes.
Then hit me.
Okay.
I love this game.
We have 18 at the table.
We do have an 18 at the table. I will go ahead and stop right there.
That's a good call. So
yeah,
you managed to find a part of the wall that has collapsed as if someone was trying to drill in from the outside, and there was a lot of rice that got rotten as water flooded in, and there was this tunnel that was laid between planks that were to keep the contamination from going to the rest of the granary. And you are able to squeeze in. How?
Oh, wait. So I packed with me. So as we're looking for ways in, Yogo sees there's a large collection of... This is a grain house, right? A storehouse? Yeah.
It's a granary.
I will go ahead and if I can work a little bit on moving some of the rice and the rocks quietly, just enough to make an opening. I will go ahead and do like I'll get on my belly, my hands before me and my legs behind me. I'll do like a little shimmy crawl, slowly working my way through the hole, even though I get some scrapes and bruises on my way through.
Yeah. And next I was going to Eri, but Charlie's dead. So
she shouldn't have died. That was really unfortunate for the plot.
Yeah. So who wants to go next?
What do I see or find on the other way through my hole?
Well, that depends. What you're gonna be using for crawling?
That's fair. Stock. Or I guess stock makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. You're trying to maybe find your way back to where things were. You have 10 at the table.
Right. Hit me. 12. Hit me again.
12 at the 12.
Oh, I'm stuck, guys. I'm stuck in the hole.
Oof. Yeah, I think you follow to the tunnel and you're trying again. You're doing the same thing that got your companion in trouble. You find in the middle, you find a small tunnel and you see, people have been going through here. And you go to there and your head pops out right in the middle of a mix of Sepun and fire fighters that are looking over the body of their fallen companion, and you just emerged at the scene of the crime. So you lose all your shadow. Bye-bye. And you have heavy opposition, and you can use guile or violence.
Let's try guile. I would like to use charm.
Okay. I'm going to say this is going to be really, really reckless. Yeah, because you are in the middle of...
Yeah, probably. I poked my head out into a crime scene.
Armored guards. Yes, or from a hole, like not suspicious at all. So I'm going to have the card's going to be face down, sharp. And you have 10 points. You have 20 points on the...
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm keeping my 20 points on the table, Ludo.
Yeah, I think you got this one. Yes, 20 against 10. So I'm going to reduce the opposition by 1 point. And tell us, how do you manage to at least appease some of the firefighters, even if the samurai are going to be a bit more weirded out?
I have to think about this. Hold on. I did not expect to see a 20 on the table. Well, this is appropriate. I went with charm as my skill. So, do I have enough room to get like one of my hands through the hole?
Yes.
I would like to reach into one of my pouches and shove my hand out and say, can I offer you an egg in this trying time? And as they consider the delicacies of this fresh egg from the tunnel man, I will climb out, hand the egg to the most interested looking individual, and then present myself as an independent I'm an independent analyst brought in by Bayushi Minoru-san, Emerald Magistrate. He wants to be sure that security is being held up around here, and I was hired for something like a cold hacking operation where I'm in here to see security is holding up. I gotta say, I'm not impressed with this hole. Granted, I am a small human and I climbed through it, but you really need to step up your whole security. Otherwise, everything's looking fantastic. I can say no complaints. This is a well-run operation, minus the hole.
One of the Sepun turns to you as the firefighters are baffled at what just happened. Scorpion-san, one of our own has been murdered. What are you going on about? So there's still two oppositions that you need to beat. So what you gonna use now? Still guile?
Let's go to we'll stay with With I need to read up on how powers work because I'm not entirely. Oh, okay.
Basically, you say that you're using a power and you get from the sister's deck, and you want to avoid the card associated to that power. Otherwise, it's going to eat your soul.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm looking at the powers. I'm trying to understand what the powers of tempests are related to, as I assume that's what my prayer is. Right. So looking over that, I don't think that's the appropriate time to use it. And I can't switch back to stealth to use security, right?
And all the cards on that deck are worth 10 points, so it's very useful. I mean, you can try to maybe security to say that maybe try to dismiss this as not a murder, but an accident.
Yeah, I think I'll switch to security and I will, I'll use security and then I want to see what happens with the cards before I roleplay.
Okay, I'm going to say this is only risky. So you have 1 card revealed and you have 12 at the table.
Could you hit me with another card, my friend?
17.
Hey, gang. It's never been bad for us if we go big or go home, right?
That's how you ended up on this situation.
Hang on.
Look, maybe swap out the deuce. See if you get something good by switching out the Tui.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would like to mark off 1 point. Yeah, I'm gonna mark off security and switch the 5 out, not the 2.
I will maybe switch the 5. 15.
Brad, what do I do? You're smart, you know math.
Hold on. Now's the time where we have to do. Give me a second. Let's look at the discard pile. Is public knowledge. I'll put these cards.
Are you sure? I actually think it's not.
I think it is. Let's do. Let's consult that.
Consult the rules, boys.
Let me.
Because because I thought it was. If not, I'm actually pretty confident there shouldn't be. I think that might be the last 10, if my math is right. Now, mind you, I'm not great at math.
Ludo, hit me.
Ludo's checking the rules.
That's responsible.
Yeah, because if the discard's common knowledge,
that's a big deal. Yeah.
We can look through and be like, oh yeah, there's no 10s. If there's like 2 or 3 9s and I don't. I mean,
after completing any action, discard any cards drawn from the royal deck into a discard pile, face up in sight of everyone. Now, the face up kind of tells me that you don't get to.
Yeah, like, I'm fine with that. I would like you to deal me a card regardless.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Aces count as 1 or 10.
Oh, it's either or. Okay.
Yes.
Now here's where we run into those. You could try to go for the 5 card straight.
I could.
Mm-hmm.
It is a risk because now it's a 5 will eliminate you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything.
Yeah, but you can discard the 10. You still have not marked equipment, so you can mark equipment and discard the 10.
That's true. I will go ahead and mark the equipment and discard the 10.
Do you want more?
We're at 15 now, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this has just been a beautiful ride of pushing our luck, and I feel like it would be a disservice to this skill check if I didn't have you deal me 1 more card, Ludo.
If we ran out of royal cards, you know that the mission is over, right?
I did not know that. Well, now I have all 5 cards.
Yeah. And the thing is, it only you reshuffle only when on a stealth check you get 5 or 21.
Okay, good to know. Wait, this is a stealth check because I'm using security, right? Oh, right.
Yeah, so no.
But you still get the best success you can.
Okay.
Yes, you do. So this is done. So, yeah, tell us how you convinced the Sepun that this has been an accident and it was the granary that killed the Sepun and not a knife through the back.
Respectfully, I understand that their tensions are high right now, and that you guys are guarding a precious commodity. But considering there was a man-sized hole I was just able to climb through, I cannot say that the structures on this building are solid. And as you can see from this man, there are many firefighters here who are doing excellent jobs, but these weapons are not secured in a proper or professional fashion. You've got to watch out for loose weapons, and I just have to say that if I can crawl through a hole, the building could be a collapse. There could be structural instabilities that could lead to a man falling on a knife, as this man clearly did. Also, here is your egg, and I will give an egg to a man.
We cut to Shashuru Eri. So, Shashuru Eri, as this chaos is working, as Yoga Kyoi, as for all intents and purpose, managed to concentrate all the guards on a single place, how do you navigate the building and find that sweet opium?
So all this happening is fantastic and amazing, and Eri is leaning on her knowledge of plants and of opium, and where it is most likely to be stored. So she knows how you store different types of drugs. And she's kind of leaning on that. So if I could use the poison approach to find the most logical place within the granary to put it, based on like temperature, height of, okay. So based on like temperature, how far you need to store it off the ground, all that kind of stuff. She's basically looking for what she thinks would be the perfect place to put it within this crumbling monstrosity of a granary.
Okay, what skill are you using?
I think poison. I know it's not to do with, she's not poisoning someone, but it's based on like that kind of knowledge.
Okay. You have 11 at the table.
Hit me, please.
Okay. You have 13 at the table. Don't you want to discard anything?
Hit me, please.
I mean, you can always mark 3 times. Also, you can mark equipment.
What do we think?
Nah, just draw a card. Unless you have multiple skills on poison. Yeah, you picked a lot of equipment.
Yeah, you have a lot of stuff. You're going to have to pay it back, so...
I do. I have 2. That's true. I don't know if any of her equipment would be useful in this. I guess rope if she has to like climb up stuff to try and get higher up. I don't know.
Okay, so mark rope. Which one you want to discard?
Let's see. What statistically is the better one? The 3, the 2? Let's get rid of the 2 and change that. Holy shit!
Hey!
21. Yay!
Okay, so perfect 21. So you got to reshuffle and you get a shadow token. So, yeah, you managed to climb to the top of the granary and you find out that the opium has been moved discreetly from the top and you can continue your examination from there. And you leave the rope behind so that one of the others can follow you and go scouting. So, who climbs the rope after Eri and goes scouting around?
I am busy matching wits with several Seppun guards, so I think it's safe to say not Yogo Kyo.
I think it would make sense if I did. I've been skulking around for a minute, so sure, me.
Okay. So, what skill are you using?
Really picked all the wrong stuff here. Did I use hide here?
Yes. You're trying to look for a good place where it will be hidden. You have 12 at the table.
I'll just go ahead and hit on that.
Hey!
All right. Okay.
Okay.
It's either big successes or big failures for me. There is no middle ground.
Okay. So you are able to look around and you find a secret entrance in one of the buildings and a quick sniff around and you figured out that, the air is somehow more stale here, as if there is something hidden behind some inbuilt panels, and there must be a way around these rice where you can get into the secret compartment. And you're pretty sure that it's on this silo somewhere. So you get Ashame back. And Ashame, now that you are on the roof of the silo where the opium is, how do you find exactly where and how much it is stored?
I'm Tsutomu, and I'm going to find it in the simplest way. Because everyone already thinks I'm an inspector, I'm just going to walk around obviously looking for it.
Yeah.
I'm going to use confidence.
Okay, what skill are you using?
I'm going to mark one and replace the 5.
Okay, you have 14 at the table.
All right, if I take that, I'll get an opposition token, but I could resolve it through guile.
You have 17 at the table.
Or I could mark my equipment and switch it out again.
Yeah.
You know what? Well, no, the equipment I have. I mean, unless I mark false identity. No, that wouldn't make sense. You know what? I'll stick with it. I'll take it. 17. Okay,
so you get 1 shadow, but you also get 1 opposition. Okay, so you have 3 shadows, but you get right to the place. The problem is, as you move around, you can hear the click. And you realize that there is a trap, with air quotes, is that someone rigged one of the planks to collapse and bury this entrance into the compartment that has the opium, sealing it from outsiders and ideally trapping whoever triggered it underneath the collapsing rocks. So how are you going to deal with this? You can do guile or violence.
I'm gonna use guile. Can I use security and disarm it?
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this is gonna be pretty safe. So you have a 14 on my side.
Okay.
And you have 12 at the table.
Hit me.
You have 17 at the table.
I'll stay. That gets me the win.
Yeah. So you manage to disarm with this. Which basically means that you manage to stale the collapse from happening. The problem is it's not going to hold for long. You don't know if it's going to be hours. You don't know if it's going to be days. But this part of the silo is going to collapse. So not only if this is going to be in hours, you can get trapped inside if you tear it too much, inspecting the opium. And if it takes days, it's probably going to speed up when they move the opium out of the granary.
Right.
So you beat this. Opposition is 0 now. And you have 3 shadow tokens. Do you want to proceed to inside the silo with the opium, or do you want to sneak around a bit more?
I'm okay with proceeding, but what does everyone else think?
I am also kind of just cool with proceeding. So far, this has gone just absolutely swimmingly. So I think let's just sort of keep that train a-rolling.
I don't know what's going on, so I also vote to proceed.
Okay, so you spend 3 shadow tokens, and you are able to the 4 of you to move inside the secret compartment where the opium stash is hidden. So this is a cramped place full of traps, as you already discovered, and without any light. So which of you is inspecting this in the darkness, or which of you is trying to get a light source here without causing any problems, like calling attention or igniting something?
Yeah, I'm happy to proceed. I don't mind trying to inspect it in the dark.
Okay, which skill are you using? The product. Okay. You have 13 at the table. It can count as a 1 or a 10.
Do you have any gear that helps with this?
So am I inspecting the silo itself or the product?
I mean, you can mark off the first aid kit so that you use something there to test the opium.
I'd like to use poison to inspect the product, please. 13. What do we think? Hit me?
No, kick out. So what's the order of operations here? Can she Is the ace a 1 or a 10 when she gets it? So, Charlie, kick out the 3 and then make the ace a 10, so you're at 20.
She can decide at any point.
Yeah, hit me. Why not? It can be a 1. Okay, so if I have 14, I don't have gear. I could mark off one of my poison uses because I've got.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll mark the first aid kit then. And get rid of the 8.
No, don't do that.
No, the 10. That's true. Okay then, yeah. And okay, hit me, please. Oh yeah, 20. That's good. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Dying of Fire, Charlotte Elizabeth. Yeah, 20.
Yeah. So you go around. You don't know exactly how much you have, but you test it, and it is the highest quality opium that you have got. It has been years ever since the opiates that come from Scorpion Lands have been this high grade. The changes on the environment that have been going even before the disaster of the Great Hail and the excessive exploration of the soil that is already not the richest soil of Scorpion Lands has resulted in a slightly decrease in the quality of the crops that has forced some corners to be cut to meet the demand. But this one is clearly done by excellent latex extraction, excellent treatment, excellent processing, excellent crops of poppies. It's remarkable, and even the cultivars, they seem to be especially good ones. And there's some compounds which you don't identify on the mixture with your kit, but you're pretty sure that no matter how much opium is within this silo, it's a treasure, even if it's only a small card of it that you have there. So you're still in the dark as Ari is doing her medical alchemy and testing drugs. Who wants to keep exploring to see exactly how much opium is there and how they're probably going to move it?
I can do that probably, I think.
What skill are you using?
Really did not pick a great skill set, honestly. Did I use conceal to see just like the look over the size of the shipment, just like all of that, and sort of think about how we would get this, feasibly get this out of the city without being noticed?
Yeah, because you are trying to predict how they're gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with conceal. You have 9 at the table.
Well, I will take. You can just hit me.
Okay. You have 15 at the table.
Brad, what do you think?
I mean, you could risk it for the biscuit, or swap out that deuce for something if you have like an equipment or something relevant. I don't know. I'm okay at math.
Yeah, I don't think I have any. None of my equipment is particularly relevant here.
Slow burning a smoke bomb to see if there's like wind in there could be a case.
Unless we want to just drop a smoke bomb, which I don't think would be helpful.
Yeah, you can try to see where the air flows so that you can see if there is another entrance.
Yes, please. That's a good one.
Yeah, what do you discard?
I'll can't decide between the 2 or the 6. Let's go with the 2.
Okay.
I will stay.
Yeah.
I will stay at 20.
So yeah, you are able to unleash the smoke bomb, and you slowly let it diffuse, and you follow the trail of smoke, and you see it disappearing through the cracks, and you realize there is a massive stone slab underneath this part of the silo. So you realize that they have filled this slowly through gravity in the middle, smuggled it in with rice as they brought inside. But the way it's laid out, they could collapse the stone lodge and then separate the opium from the rice and make it collapse through a secret tunnel underneath. And you recall hearing about the caverns of the Moth that have been rumored to go around Hirosaka, and that's how the Moths were able to come in and out of their castles without proper attention of the public. So you figured, they can maybe empty this obviously, or they can just one day collapse this underneath, let gravity separate the things, and they, at some point at the exit of the tunnel, they have their cards ready. So who wants to do some planning based on this for your operation?
I would like to use steal to plot out how to steal the opium.
Okay, let's go. Why the sisters? So you have 10 at the table.
Please hit me with another card.
17 at the table.
That makes me very uncomfortable. Can I use... what card do I get rid of here? Can I use steal to get rid of the 2 and then hit me? Damn it.
It's a 1, I guess.
It's a 1. Puts me at 16, which is not what I want, but I will take it as a 16.
You can mark equipment.
That's right. I can mark equipment 3 times, right?
We can mark it once per hand. Yeah, you can mark a skill once per hand, and you can mark equipment once per hand. And I think you can only call the sisters once per hand, too.
Oh, per hand. Okay. Okay, then I will mark equipment to remove the 8.
Or remove the 7 and go for an 18.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Remove the 7.
Yeah, okay. So you have an 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you realize that you think about the drill and you think about the layout of the system, and you realize that if you want to steal in the granary, there's really no easy way out, because both either you have the small entrance, which you're gonna have to take a lot of voyages to take the opium, or you can wait when they do their move and intercept them on the receiving end and replace their team with yours. Or another possibility you figured is that you can dig a way on the other direction that goes directly into the river, and if you have a boat there, you can just have it fall in that direction when they eventually collapse, and the opium goes to your boat instead to theirs.
We'll lay out all 3 options to the team quietly through very dramatic hand gestures, even though it's dark, and through quiet whispering to get their 3 cents, because there's 3 of them, on what we can do with this information.
The last one seems a bit risky to me. I mean, could end up in the water and then it's just useless.
But it seems the least risky, Ari-san, because it means that we don't have to worry about the guards murdering us.
I think if we plan carefully, I think that may be our best option. I, for one, have to agree that I am not interested in dying.
How much effort will it take to dig a hole, Ludo? I feel like that's a lot of effort.
Yeah, that's a lot of effort. And as you've also figured out, the collapse of the main entrance is probably going to take a few days. So they're probably going to have to accelerate that. So you're going to be racing them to get your stuff prepared before they do.
Hey, I have an idea. I have one of my prayers under unrest is unfortunate event. It's describing things like a ladder with a rotten rung, a precariously held crate, a dock being lifted on a rotten chain, et cetera, et cetera. If we were to make sure that this was all set up, maybe I could just collapse it. How do we feel about that?
I have to say, I am a huge fan. I believe that we have not been properly exploiting our connection to the spirits and the fortunes in this operation, and considering everything we have risked so far, unless anyone has a better idea, I think that's probably the correct path to take.
Sounds perfect to me.
Okay, so you spent 3 shadows to achieve your goal. So you can keep playing to get more shadow so that you can decrease your suspicion. So this basically is things like planning out to pay off later, or all the evidence that you have been leaving behind, trying to do things to cover it. So let's say that you are trying to do magic so that you set up, make it easier for the next time you try to dig a hole, or so either by delaying their efforts or by making it easier for you later. So what skill are you using?
I think just unrest.
Seishi, you have either 10 or 19 at the table.
I feel pretty good about a 19.
You can easily get a 20, but I don't see any benefit on that.
Yeah, I don't see that going better than that. So,
okay, so get one shadow. So you manage to commune with the spirits, and you are tampering with the luck. So you commune with the air kami, and they are very interested in the tricks that you want to play into the Sepun and the firefighters. How did you convince them that this is going to be a very fun trick?
I think, if anything, would it be like there would just be like a lot of fun like debris and stuff that you would get to blow around and like, you know, that you would get to just sort of make a little mayhem with? Would that be something that would interest the air kami?
Oh, definitely. They get to mess with earth spirits. They love it.
Okay. Then I think it's mostly just like, yeah, so I think definitely that would be my biggest selling point.
So who else is trying to cover up their tracks on this job or prepare for the next incursion?
I think I should cover some tracks and get rid of that rope, perhaps, if going back out there and bringing that back is an option.
Okay, what skill are you using?
I think I'd like to try to do that as stealthily as humanly possible, so hide.
Okay, what are you using?
Or, no, maybe, okay.
Conceal may actually be more useful because you're probably concealing way more than the rope.
Hide. I was going to say that, or conceal the rope so that it just looks normal. Yeah, conceal then. Okay, hit me, please.
Okay, you have 9 at the table. 11.
Hit me, please.
13.
Oh, yeah, 13's not good enough. Really. Can I mark off a use of conceal?
Yes.
And switch one out?
Which one?
Okay, then I will do that. Let's go with the 3.
Okay, you have 14.
Great.
You can still mark equipment.
Okay.
You can mark the rope again.
Yeah, I'll mark the rope again. Why not? Let's give this a try.
What do you get rid of?
Get rid of a 2.
Well, it counts as 1. So, yeah, that's 13.
Oh, yeah. Fuck me. 13.
Take the hit. You could refill the deck and get a stealth token.
All right. Let's take the hit.
Yes.
Yay!
So, yeah, you managed to cover up and you spread some dirt around and you remove the fibers that have been wrapped by the rope, and you managed to erase all the traces that you climbed up before you climbed up into the roof. So, who else wants to do things for prepare for the next operation and for covering up your tracks? People have still seen, a drag, a scorpion at the entrance, and an inspector around.
I am going to, using confidence, basically walk back through, say that they're up to snuff. They passed the inspection, except they got to fill in that man-sized hole and that hole in the wall and leave.
Okay. So you have 12 at the table?
Hit me.
You have 19 at the table.
Stay.
Okay. So they are they want to get the third opinion. So how do you convince them that it's not necessary?
Now I'm dealing with the Seppun. The Seppun are not peasants. I can't simply flip out. I do mention offhandedly, and how I convince them is my companion, Yogo Ko, was also inspecting, and
No real names.
I assumed we were all using fake names anyway.
Okay, so I guess this is perfect. How you want to help sell this, Kayo? What do you do as you stumble into the scene?
I would like to use security as my skill. Please hit me with 2 cards for security, as I have
You have either 6 or 15.
I have a 6. Could you hit me with another card? I would like to mark security to get rid of the 5 and have a 20.
Perfect.
I'm turning real Australian here. It's kind of ruining everything. But as I approach the scene, I would like to make sure that everything's up to snuff. That I would heavily reprimand them for the hole. That they really got to find a way to fix the hole. Maybe put some bricks in there. Maybe put in a troll so that you could establish a troll toll for the hole. But all in all, aside from the hole and the atrocious structural instability of the building, fantastic. They've done amazing, and I am their only third opinion they'll ever need.
Well, with that, I think we can conclude our inspection. Gentlemen, you have an excellent night. And then we leave.
An excellent night.
Hello, listening audience. It's me, Sam, one of the players on this show. And I just want you to know that no, we're never going to do anything better than this. It's just not going to happen. Probably. So we're all just going to die at the end of this. I don't mean the characters in this show. I mean us, the people. So enjoy our last moments on this earth, because this is it.
So Soshi, do you want to do anything more?
Yeah. I don't realistically know if there's any more concealing we could do other than like murdering everyone in here and replacing them with a duplicate. Like, no.
Thoughts, everyone else? Because I'm thinking we're in a pretty good spot.
You want me to start blasting?
Now, hold on. Now, hang on.
I mean, you can also, plant maybe, a plank or something that might have been the cause of the death instead of a knife.
Yeah, you might want to do that one.
I'm pretty sure we've already convinced them that due to structural instability, the man might have fallen on another man's knife. Like, that's just been scientifically proven.
Yeah, but then the question is, where is the other man's knife? So I guess then is to plant the accident weapon.
100%, yeah.
Should I do that, do you think?
Yeah, go for it. What skill are you using?
I mean, I've got a point and conceal. I can do that. Sure, whatever. I'll do that.
Okay. You have 14 at the table.
I don't know if I want to mark my point and conceal and take it and swap one out or just hit. I don't know if I have another sort of like hat trick in me the way I did before. Is the thing. What the fuck? It's been going fine for heaven. Go ahead and hit me.
Okay, 19.
I'll keep 18. Hey.
Okay.
Oh, 19. Shit. Yeah, I'll keep it. We're good. Yep. Yes, please.
So you managed to plant a weapon that might be the cool trip of that. How do you get this weapon?
I think, is it possible that I could just like swipe one off of one of the other guards when no one's looking? Oh.
Yeah, I can say so. That in the case you are managed to get one and plant it somewhere near some fallen rubble next to the Seppun.
I would definitely make sure to, like, if I still can, like, get some of that guy's blood just sort of all over the blade. The handle too, probably.
Make sure it's nice and like dusty from rubble.
Yeah, I would try to make sure that it looks a lot like he literally did fall on this freak accident. Craziest thing.
Yeah, it looks convincing enough to pull out the man cast. Okay, you have 5 shadow and you accomplish your goal. Do you want to keep risking it or doing more stuff or?
I have 3.
Do we, at this point, do we need more shadow? Have we gotten enough to, cover our tracks?
How much equipment do you have?
What's your carrying?
I have 1.
Are we talking total equipment? For
That you brought.
I thought you did.
I still technically have.
I thought you.
Did you bring all of it?
I have all of my equipment on me, and I've used 1 charge of smoke bombs. I did. I brought all of it.
Oh shit! Oh, that's rad. I know Charlie brought 4 of it.
Yeah, Charlie and Sam brought a lot.
Yeah, I brought everything, and I've only used 1 charge of my smoke bombs, and that's it.
Yeah, I didn't bring my tops.
Okay, that's bad then, because that's 12 points. You will need 12 shadow to get clearly from this. You brought way too much stuff. That's gonna cause a lot of consequences. Yeah.
Now I see why that's bad.
So you want to keep going and risk losing all the shadow you have?
Oops. Okay, that's a problem.
Yeah.
It's not that I want to do that.
So counter offer, could those of us that only brought 1 piece of equipment be fine if we stopped now?
If you spend your shadow with that, yes. Otherwise, you're also gonna hit with consequences.
My bad, y'all.
Hey, Charlie did it too.
Yeah. I didn't realize that each piece had 3 charges to it until later.
Okay, let's say that how many you use it. Let's go with the equipment that you only actually use it.
That makes sense since it was our first mission.
Count. So Charlie, you use it first aid kit and the rope, right? So you have 2, and Sam, you only used the smoke bomb, so you used 1. So that
I did. I narratively speaking, I also did describe stabbing someone with my Tonto. So
The rope, yeah. Yep.
So then you brought 2. That makes sense, yeah.
so 2, 1, and
Yeah, 3 from me and Evan total, I believe.
yeah, I think that I'll still keep those there.
it was 2 that Brett brought. Yeah. Okay. So you're still gonna have some consequences from this with 5, but yeah.
We only need 2 more shadow, right?
Yeah, for full clear. Yeah.
Could I
You can screw up and lose all the shadow.
Yeah, we'll take 2.
Yeah.
But I think we can, or 3, but I think we can live with that.
We lose all the shadow if we bust, right? Okay. I'm happy with 5 shadow then. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that's fine with me.
Yogo, not Danny DeVito. Yogo Kuyo definitely takes 1 of the shadow to take care of his 1 item.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I'll eliminate my one of mine. I'll eliminate my false identity supplies.
Okay. So who buys it out so that we can see the consequences? Okay.
Okay.
So you reduce it by 1.
Oh wait, what?
Use a token to reduce it to 1, and then you remove an item. Is that what you do?
Okay.
But you have 2. So if you don't buy it out, you are being actively followed by the police.
I'll buy it to 1. I'll lose my lockpicks because someone else has a set.
So if you buy it to 1, you lose 1 piece of equipment. If you go it to 0, you don't have anything. So you have 3 shadow points for the other 2. So, Harry.
Well, I mean, I used my rope twice and my first aid kit once, so that would be 3 points right there.
No. It's only the number of equipments that counts. So you have 2 that you need to buy out.
Oh, cool. Okay, and then so it's 2 and 2. So one of us is going to get followed by the police, basically.
No, because you have 3 shadow left. So one of you gonna have to lose a piece of equipment.
Oh, okay. I don't mind losing my rope.
Okay. So Soshi, I guess you don't lose anything then. You lose the remaining shadow. Okay. Congratulations. This is a successful mission. Where it is. I want to see how much it progresses. I'm not sure if it depends on the number of sets. Okay, you get 1. So you were at 5. So you go to 6 on the conspiracy. And you get a condition. So what do you think would be a fitting condition to represent this success?
Maybe something like chaos in the guard, because we gave them so much bullshit and so many contradicting, so they're equal points, they're paranoid, but they're spread too thin to be as useful.
All of their inspectors are getting double checked now.
Yeah, let's say that we have a confused magistracy. Basically, the imperial administration is very confused about what is going on with the granary.
The Emerald Lands, their wonders and horrors were played by Ludo. They can be found at Delethiel on Twitter and Itch.io, as well as at Heroes of the Republic. Bayushi Minoru was played by Brad. He can be found on Discord at BZAJ1648 and at Twitter at BZAJDABarbarian. Sakai-no-Doji Eiko was played by Evan. He can be found on Facebook as Evan Straight, Discord as PushyMushy1871, and on fellow L5R Actual Play, Secondhand Strife. Soshi Yuzume was played by Charlie. She can be found on Discord as Resilian and on Twitter at BowserJ, where you can find links to her L5R blog. Asahina Hajime was played by Sam. He can be found on Discord and Reddit as Live From My Basement and on Instagram at SJSedlacek.
This is a Court Games podcast. You can find out more about them at CourtGamesPod on Twitter or at their site, CourtGamesPod.com. Legend of the Five Rings is the intellectual property of Fantasy Flight Games.
Correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.